1672, one summer, 4 enemies, and a nation on the brink of collapse. This was the Rampjaar, the year of disaster. In just a few months, the wealthy Dutch Republic, the richest trading empire in Europe, nearly vanished from the map. Armies invaded, cities surrendered, leaders were torn apart, and the people believed the end had come. But somehow, the Republic survived. The story begins in prosperity. By the mid-1600s, the Dutch Republic was the jewel of Europe. Amsterdam was the center of global commerce. Ships returned from Asia with spices, porcelain, and silk, while others sailed from Africa and the Americas, carrying sugar, coffee, and slaves. Dutch merchants dominated world trade. The Republic's navy, commanded by the brilliant Admiral Michiel de Ruyter, ruled the seas. But wealth breeds envy. England, locked in a bitter rivalry with the Dutch, wanted control of trade routes. France, under its ambitious king, Louis XIV, the Sun King, sought to crush the Republic and expand its borders. To the east, the bishops of Münster and Cologne smelled weakness, eager to claim Dutch land. By 1672, enemies surrounded the Republic, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. That moment came in May. Louis XIV launched the largest army Europe had ever seen. 120,000 men, veterans of countless wars, marching under the golden fleur-de-lis of France. At the same time, England declared war, sending fleets to challenge de Ruyter at sea. From the east, Münster and Cologne joined in, completing the noose around the Republic. In weeks, the country was collapsing. French cavalry swept across the countryside. Fortresses surrendered one after another. Panic filled the streets of Dutch cities. Pamphlets cried out, "Het is gedaan met de Republiek." The Republic is finished. For many, it seemed like the Golden Age had ended in fire and blood. The Republic was leaderless. Its rulers, Johan and Cornelis de Witt, had guided the nation for decades with skill, but the people blamed them for the disaster. In The Hague, angry mobs stormed the prison where the brothers were held. What followed was one of the darkest moments in Dutch history. The De Witts were murdered and mutilated by their own countrymen. In that chaos, the people turned to a young man, a 22-year-old prince of the House of Orange, William III. William was no ordinary leader. Cold, calculating, and fiercely determined, he had one mission: survival. In the ashes of disaster, he was given near absolute power to save the Republic. But how do you fight when you are outnumbered, outgunned, and surrounded? The answer lay not in cannons or muskets, but in water. The Dutch opened their dikes and flooded their own land. Entire villages were sacrificed. Farmland turned into shallow seas. The Dutch water line, a wall of water stretching across the heart of the country, halted the advance of the French army. Their horses sank into the marshes, their cannons bogged down in mud. At sea, Michiel de Ruyter fought like a lion. In battle after battle, he defeated larger Anglo-French fleets, preventing an invasion by water. Without de Ruyter, the Republic would have drowned. Slowly, painfully, the tide began to turn. Winter came. The French advance stalled. Allies shifted, seeing that the Republic would not fall so easily. William III, hardened by disaster, forged new alliances and rebuilt the nation's defenses. The Republic had been humiliated, bloodied, and nearly destroyed. But it survived, and survival was victory. 1672 became the crucible in which the Dutch identity was forged. A small nation, standing against giants, saved by courage, ingenuity, and the willingness to drown their own land rather than surrender it. The Rampjaar remains one of the darkest chapters in Dutch history, a year when betrayal, invasion, and chaos nearly ended the Republic forever. Yet it was also the year that gave the Dutch their resilience, unity, and the young prince who would one day become King of England and shape